A little better. Okay. Good afternoon. Anybody tuning in now or as this comes up or later? We got here some Axial Ryft parts. It's a new A-arm. Set of A-arm support plate. $19, $9, so 29 bucks. A little pricey compared to you can for 45 bucks to 55 bucks. You can buy a fully aluminum rear swing arms. I want to kind of keep the weight down a bit if I can. So I ain't got a choice. So I went ahead and bought a new pair. I could have bought just these and put them on, but the old ones that are on there are a little rough on the wrist, as you can see it right over here. So I figured, well, I'll just, for the extra 10 bucks, I'll buy a new set of arms, put those on. And then take the old ones off, keep them as a spare set for a few. Fairly light. Won't add a lot of weight. Of course, they're aluminum, so they shouldn't. I wouldn't think so, anyways. Now you do have to. This comes with new bolts because you're adding 2 pieces of maybe 2 millimeter, 1.5 millimeter wide. So you need some longer bolts. So they send you new bolts and nuts for your A-arm swing arm assembly. Just no new balls. You gotta use your old balls. So we'll throw these together. Let's see. I'm gonna do these so they're kind of the same, evened up on each side. I wanna do them the same way. So these can go on here. These are real simple assembly setups. So if anybody's tuning in, you got any questions, feel free to ask. Say what you need to say. I have a all topics are allowed policy. You say what you need to say, ladies and gentlemen. I'll respond the way I need to respond. If I don't like it, I'll tell you. But you're still allowed to say it, and I'm not going to block you or ban you, or I may call you some names or agree with you. I prefer to agree with people, but obviously we can't all agree all the time on all things. And lately, it doesn't seem like many of us can agree on anything at any time. Or agree at any time on anything. Things are getting kind of crazy. Let's see. Okay. There. Yeah. Even though I'm doing RC, you can tell by my name, obviously I'm not just, somebody who likes to deal with RC. I like to deal with reality way more than RC. Too many people aren't living in it, and that's causing some serious problems. So I'm game to talk about anything, and if YouTube's got a problem with it, well, they can kiss my assity. They can kiss my assity. I had a buddy of mine I went to school with, the last name was Cassidy, so you would always say, kiss my Cassidy. And my last name's not Cassidy, it's Locke, obviously, by the name of the thing, so I say, well, kiss my Cassidy, or Assity, I'd have to see. Anyways. Let's see. So those are shock mounts. Kind of sucks in some ways that you can't put the dual shocks in with the sway bar. You have dual shocks because you got to remove the rear sway bar. Somebody in design missed a little something something. So any of the aftermarket people, I've got a 3D printer, but I'm not that much with design. I know how to draw, and I know how to actually do blueprints by hand with old school drafting tools. Whether that's, you know, structural, or I mean, I did all that stuff, but when I had to learn it was in the late 70s, early 80s, and there wasn't computers for that stuff really. It was all done on paper and graph. Protractors, squares, and compasses. You know, I'm not a mason, although I've been invited. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's just screw then. Nobody's got any questions? All right, cool. There's probably only one or two people in here besides myself. The other person in here may just see my YouTube shadow. I think YouTube has people assigned, because I'm mouthy. I'm loudmouth. I don't care about their little, oh, you're going to hurt my feelings. Well, if your feelings are hurt by anything, you say you're a pussy and you need to grow the fuck up. So anyways, you know, I'm not a quote-unquote kid-friendly channel. I don't play that game either. That's just more ways for them to censor everybody. Okay, now this, I don't know what size those are. Those are small. That ain't gonna be it. Let's see. I'm thinking you're going to one of these two. Probably not that one. It's the same size as that one. No, that one. Okay. Right there. Ow. Put these 120 millimeter shocks on, well, actually in the front, and then I took the fronts and moved them to the back, and then put the rear springs on. And she's a little too springy, so I'm going to go ahead and flop the fronts back around here. Get that done. Because it is a little too bouncy with those rear springs on the front shocks on the rear of the bug. You need to go back to the front springs. So, go like this. Come on. Okay. Set you aside for the moment. Lose that. Keep that there. Oopsie. Nerve damage sucks. Okay. Now, let's see. Because this is going to be, looks like maybe Friday before I get my sway bar. So I may, what I'd have to do is install the rears, but install the rear shocks in the rear. Oops. But I end up having to put the rear shocks in the rear, you know, as a secondary shock. I'd have to gotta take these sway bar caps off because they will not work. I'm wondering if that's a possibility. I'll take a look at that. Yeah. Whenever you're doing this, if you're not aware of it, one of these sides and all your pivot ball shock ends, all your rod ends, you'll look at it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you know, if we can get a good clear shot. But this hole, God, I wish it would clear up, but this camera just really kind of sucky at that. Let's see if we can get it this way, maybe. Still won't. Doesn't want to focus that well. What a crap camera. This is the Logitech, and just the autofocus sucks. This side, if you can look at, when you're looking at your rod ends, shock ends, if you look at the side, you'll notice one side's a little bit bigger than the other side. That is the side you slide your balls in. You can slide them in the other side, but the minute you start popping those balls in the other side, you're going to stretch this side out, and now that arm's likely, that ball's easier to pop out. So these only really, when you look at them, they're designed to put the ball in one direction and take it out in that direction. If you can, you know, pay attention to that and you do that, you're going to find you have a lot better yeah, it goes like that. You're going to find you have a lot, no it doesn't, it goes like this. Yeah, make sure I'm putting them on right. You get a lot better lifespan out of your balls and rod ends and shock ends. Just an FYI. Just an FYI. Yeah, that is a short one, so that one does get up there. So let's see. I want these in the back. Huh. This one here. These in the right spot. Okay, grab a nutski. Set that one there. Get the other ball out. And then on the sides that the ball goes in on, if you have a wide and a thin side, try to always run the thin side into the hole and leave the wide side on the back. Okay. Set this in here, just get started. Still got to put the other ball in the other hole. Okay. do with that little sucker? Right where I left it on the other side. Okay. Oh. Water. Okay. Pop it right on through. And that sucks when you do that. Because it does, like I said, and kind of opens that other side. And that can wobble it up a little bit easier. I've done this a little bit with the other ones just to make sure nothing will wobble it out faster than sand inside. Now when you're hooking your dry shafts up, you gotta make sure you kind of put them in phase, and so when you're doing this kind of stuff and things flop around, make sure you get things put back into phase properly. Yeah, that won't work. That's what that one was. So we'll get this side on. Should be able to get this here. And get this lined up here on this side, at least to some extent. Oops. Just a little. Put the arm on upside down. I gotta flip. I forgot to spin it around. You guys could have said something. Oh, just let me go and put it in backwards. Get it all together and go to put shock and realize I messed it up and take it all back apart. I see how you are. Okay. Just temper it like that there. You gotta go up there. Come up here. Come on, baby. Slip on in there. Okay. Now to phase the axles. And phasing is just lining your yokes up, your universals up properly. So, you know, you got your two universal ends, 90 degrees. Take the end that's coming off the pumpkin side and match it up. Make sure the other end is coming off the pumpkin side, and then your two 90-degree sides are equal and, you know, are 90 degrees to each other. They're not, or, you know, in line with each other. And that's how you phase a drive shaft. It's pretty easy, but it's got to come up. Ooh, might not get that in there. Might have. There we go. Make sure we're still. Oh no, I missed it by one. Darn it. This gets to be a pain. I still missed it by one. There we go. That's close as it's gonna. I don't know. I'll try if I can get it one more time. We'll see if it gets closer. Yeah, there we go. Now we're in phase. So if you look, it's kind of hard to see, but in mine, if I can get it out here. Okay, you can see right here the coming out of the tranny. Oh shoot, it isn't either. I do have it backwards. Okay, so line up the wrong one. So let me get this straight up and down, and kind of makes this a little bit easier. So I had them backwards, had them out of phase. There we go. Now you can see it better. But both off the transmission and off the pumpkin, those universals are pointing at each other, then the drive shaft universals themselves are in line. That's what being in phase is. To run it out of phase, it adds a lot of tension and compression, you know, just torque and tension into the drivetrain itself, and that can wear shit out faster. So now if that's in place, let's go ahead and lift this up. In there. Come on, head in there. Stay in there. Can't be in there too much longer. Just get in there. Get the sore sitting down. Okay. Do that, better do that. This should go in there pretty easily. Probably should have done that before I put that in there, because it's probably going to be a little bit of a bitch. But I can always go like this. make it a little bit easier, at least as far as that goes, and just not use the. Get this in there. Ooh, pardon me. Burpee. Looks like we got rain coming in now, so. Oh, shoot. I did. Derp, derp, derp. Didn't want to, but I did. You're asking what I did? Let's see in a second. Got these in backwards. I want to keep the nuts to the inside, that OCD, you know. Do 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 do. Wasn't paying close enough attention. See, you guys could have told me that too.
I have blisters.
Oh, poor thing.
Okay, I got one right there. There. Busted that knuckle. Busted that knuckle.
Yeah, that's what happens when you actually get out there and makes you
Don't
happen.
patronize me.
Not bad.
Unless you are.
When you get out there and makes you happen, it makes your hands sore, makes your feet sore, makes your body sore. Because that's what happens when you do shit.
I don't do shit. Because I do.
Okay, let me rephrase. That's what happens when you do the hard shit.
See, it just burst too. So, yeah. It's lovely, honey.
Yeah, when you do the hard shit, that's what happens. This is going to be kind of
I
painful.
still have that one tire I need to fill, and then I'm going to use whatever's left over. And it's filled again, by the way. And all I got to do is move it. And it's just that first tire that's the small one that I need to finish filling that one. And then I need to put some extra dirt around a couple of things. And then I'm going to throw some coffee grounds on them and some, I don't know, rabbit shit, chicken shit. What kind of shit should we use today?
Both would probably work pretty well.
Well, I scooped up the chicken shit that was on the ground there because it was real clumpy. It had straw in it, and I threw that in each
quite a while.
You know, a mess of that. I threw the dirt, threw the shit, threw more
A
dirt.
little bit more. Yeah, that'll help break down and it'll separate out into the soil pretty good.
So I figured do that, and then there's still enough over there in that plant. I'm gonna spread it, try to spread it back between the beans and the corn.
Yeah, that
And
probably
everything, because my corn is pathetic. But it's got the branches are blocking some of the sun.
well, they say knee high by 4th of July, and you're about
Halfway there.
what's out there isn't quite knee high yet.
Right.
It's mid shin high, so it's getting there.
I have to.
And it's amazing, man. When I was driving down to Lansing here around 2010, 2012, we were going by all those cornfields. We would go by on Monday, and that shit was literally, this was in July. Yeah, literally knee below the knee. Come back on Friday, fucking shit was up to your shoulder.
It does.
I mean, in 1 week, that stuff just went crazy down on there. Of course, yeah, we were getting good rain back at, 2012, 2011, actually, I guess it was a little farther back.
Only giving.
So I was still doing cable at the time, so.
Right now, I'm only giving water where water is needed, just because we're getting, supposedly, according to the weather people, we're supposed to be getting rain. We got a little bit.
The rest of the week, basically, 60,
yes.
60+%. That's what it was on Sunday. I haven't looked since.
So, and I have got enough rabbit poop tea that between what the good Lord sends and my strategic buckets of shit, shouldn't really have to turn on a hose. And I fill out my jugs out of the rain barrel now too, instead of using like the sink. I do fill my watering can up once. I found one, by the way, so I don't need to buy one per se. It's the one that makes it's not a pour style, it's a like a sprinkle style. It's a 2-gallon tank.
Try this.
I don't know how you do it. I can see those little teeny tiny parts, honey. It makes me like cross-eyed.
It's not the parts, it's just getting them to line up with the damn thing in there. Christ, what a pain. Just want to make sure it's good and tight. Okay. So that does everything but the other two pivot balls. But there we go. Make it quick and easy. And it took 30 minutes. And it should have only took about 15, but I didn't take my wheels off. If I took my wheels off, it would have been a lot faster.
I can't really sell this shirt.
But you don't necessarily have to. All right, we're gonna call that one. So just wanted to throw those on there and make a quick vid. And I got the 2-speed I'll get into at some point here and a few other things. So talk to you guys later.